What's up everyone, this is Cher talking, welcome back to my channel. In today's video we'll be talking about the rerun banner called Romancing Festival Leon that brings the new protagonist Leon, a boss specialist and very powerful character that everyone needs to have. And then we have Father First style that has been released a long time ago because we are getting Mask in a different banner and they complement each other. Also global exclusives, Claudia and Annie from the past, and Bune number 3. All these characters are good in some capacity, save for Claudia that's getting too old. But Leon is a must-have. If you have been playing the game after Leon was released and you missed out on your chance, now you should be pulling for Leon instead of any other banner. Why? Because he is good on farming, he's good on bossing, and he brings a type of strategy where he is the only capable of. He can solo bosses and you can bring 4 support units to keep him alive in the fight, and when he starts doing damage, he's going to destroy the boss. And he's still a very good capable farmer in his own way. He's a protagonist, that's why he's so good. Well, this banner doesn't have any type of discount, so you have to spend up to 45,000 for a pity. And let's start talking about Leon first. I have a review for all of these characters when they got released, but I'll be talking more about if they stand on their own for the current game. Well, starting with Leon, we need to check his passives first. He's a character with a very specific chase mechanic. Chases are attacks that are used after the main skill. In his case, he starts the fight losing 1 LP, but grants himself Wind Revolver that follows any single target attack with Wind Chaser, an attack that deals blunt and slash damage with deep power. So you can even use this another 4 times, so he chases 5 times against an enemy. His best attack is Anti-Material Shot, it even reduces the enemy endurance by 30% if it lands, and then after that he can hit 5 times again with this attack. That deals a little more than a normal attack, but when combined with the triple S attack, this is the highest damage potential in a single turn in the game. He does not get paralyzed or anything, he's just losing LP in order to wield so many bullets. And after that, he also has a fast attack with quick draw, so depending on the situation, if the boss is dying and you don't want to, well, fail by getting attacked before the boss, go and use the fast attack and he is going to kill. He also has Ice Bullet from his S style that grants him cold damage, so he governs 3 different elements, slash, blunt and cold, and he will be the best choice most of the time to do damage on these 3 different elements. Leon is a champion, he does suffer from having low resistance, so you need to build a team around keeping him alive with damage reduction skills and things like that. But once he starts attacking on turn 5 after he stacked 4 Wind Revolvers, he's going to destroy almost any bosses unless it resists the elements that he uses. Leon is one of the best characters in the game and considered as strong as Metrarch by many. A must-have in any account. Moving on to Claudia, she is a bow user with heal capabilities and buffs. Healing Arrow is a skill that will heal her for around 700 HP or something, so she has ways to self-heal and will not need a dedicated healer. Then her main nuke is Heartseeker, that can be amplified into Heartseeker Plus to become a triple S attack with 10 BP. We're seeing attacks with 8 BP and triple S now with the same power as this skill, but this one brings Charm and we will need Charm and Confusion in the future. And she can also charm with AoE, with Flickering Lanterns that brings pierce and hit damage. Exactly a very good skill, but she doesn't have any follow-up to this, but will be useful in the future in Remembrance battles. So Claudia opens with AoE, but then has single target attacks. She has a problem with cycles, that's why I said that she's getting a little too old. At least she self-buffs for dexterity and heals when attacking, so you don't even need to use Healing Arrow. You can just use normal attacks and then choose to use either Heartseeker or Flickering Lanterns. But there was a version of Claudia called UDX that has even a better attack called Reverie 3 Shot. If you have that UDX style, you can inherit and use it every 3 or 4 turns for very strong damage. Although Claudia is extremely fragile, she will not survive in very tough challenges, but the damage is good and she can be used for farming as well. Just have some little bad cycles. Now, moving on to Annie. Annie is a Joker card. A lot of people love Annie because she has a very interesting mechanic. 25% chance to counter direct attacks with colorful slash. This is her skill number 3 that buffs all of her status and recovers HP by around 800. So, full AoE damage with B power, slash, and pierce. This means that she is a counter specialist that can evade and recover. She can solo some type of content, but relies extremely on RNG and enemies that attack with direct attacks as well. But you start the fight, use colorful slash, meaning that you get all buffs to status of 25%, and then you rely on triggering it again with Soul Painter. You can also use Mech Blade to just buff agility if you want, if you are desperate to trigger evasion faster, but I suggest you to keep using Colorful Slash. Then skill number 1 is called Gleaming Slash. For free, you can buff your SDR so that you will scale in order to kill your enemies. Because Colorful Slash is AoE, she actually works well in some very specific scenarios. Besides, she will have a chance to buff her SDR and agility as well to just increase it even further, the chance to evade, and has even more damage on overdrive. If she gets hit too many times, she buffs her overdrive gauge faster, allowing her to do a little more damage. Not that it matters anyway, you just want to stack agility and use rapid stream formation or Desert Lens Axe in order to make her even more defensive. A character that will work, but it's not that you require her, but it's just very nice to have when the situation asks for. Then the next character is Father, and Father, like I said in his master review, is a character needed to make the perfect build of Mask. First of all, we have Thunder Whip. This attack is now amplifiable and you can get it to stun and paralyze, allowing Father and Mask, Gun and Club be able to win in Remembrance Battle with ease for Real Queen and Kazinsi. He also has access to Submachine Gun that doesn't do as much damage since he's more defensive than offensive, but the best thing ever is Great Adventure, because this one hits 3 times with Blunt and Slash, allowing you to do triple S damage, and gives him defense boost of 38% decrease in damage, and also taunts, meaning that the enemies will attack him more often. Mask needs this in order to build Overdrive Gauge and heal the party, since he heals when he gets to Overdrive. This fixes his problem when used against enemies that use single target attacks. If you don't have Great Adventure, you have to rely on the formation bonus to increase your chance of being attacked. But you can combo both. Use Great Adventure in a formation that increases the chance of being attacked and have the best results. Well, Father is a cover tank. That means that he has 25% chance to protect anyone in the party when they get attacked. If you are hit with full AoE attack, it means that if you protect someone, you only got hit with 4 characters in the party. This has been a type of mechanic that was launched in the game a long time ago. It falls in utility, but it kind of helps in Remembrance. And with the Masked Father, it has now more utility. Besides, his damage is pretty limited and his passives are not so good for the current standards, but he is very good as inheritance bot for Mask. Now the last character is Bune, and Bune is still amazing, even though some people may say the contrary. Wind Bloom is a 3BP spell that can debuff Dexterity. It's the cheapest skill in the game in order to do that. And she also self-buffs for Intelligence, meaning that she can break through the highest wills of enemies to debuff Dexterity. And there are situations where the enemies are focused on attacking you with happier bows or gun skills. Debuffing their Dexterity will debuff the damage and the accuracy of them, allowing to evade or resist long fights. Then Rising Flower Storm is not even a good skill because it has delay. Kinda use it just so that she can inherit something to use on the second turn instead of attacking. And then Trinity Blaster is still pretty strong, but only turn 2 damage, Slash and Shadow, 3 hits with C power. One of the strongest skills in the game when you are trying to nuke enemies. And in boss fights you can just keep 1 turn, don't debuff Dexterity, use Trinity Blaster on Overdrive, and she even helps healing enemies faster. She was also the best Byunei up to the release of the 4th one. If you have the first one, you can inherit Aerodyne, and then you will be able to debuff Dexterity or Agility depending on situations. A character that was the best, or one of the best debuffers in the game till debuff strategies started to fall off. But they are still useful, and if you are a new player, you find many of the attack events where debuff is the best solution. So new players benefit a lot from Byunei, although they will not have access to the agility debuff from Byunei number 1, they can already use Wind Bloom for very good utility. That means that we're just talking about the 5 characters. And because of that, I have to explain the order of preference when summoning here. Well, first of all, you should go for Lian if you don't have it. Even if you have all the 4 other styles but don't have Lian, it's still a good way to get a very powerful character to face hard challenges. After Lian, if you want to summon for Masked Father and if you skip it, Rag Robin or some other Silver Light user like Mirza, you should go for Father as your second priority, because he's just that good. Then after that is Bune, because she will be useful for new players since it carries Dexterity debuff. After Bune, Annie. Annie is a Joker card, like I said, and can help solo some very hard content with some good RNG. And then for last, Claudia, since she requires an inheritance from the past style, and it's not even that good anymore. But if you already have Lian, the value of the banner drops a lot, because Annie is not mandatory, Claudia is getting old, then you are left with Father and Bune. Father will help with your mask build if you are following that. By itself, it's not important. So if you have plenty of gens and you are planning to summon, it's okay, but just know that you may get to PD with 45,000 gens spent. But the highest value is for new players that will be able to get 5 different styles, and for them this receives a gold award. For other people it just depends on what they lack. But that was my opinion. What is yours? Do you plan on summoning for Lian, or do you already have him? Say here in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching this. I hope to see you soon in the next video. Bye.